In the village of Ezudo, there lived a woman named Miriam. She had three children, a boy and two girls. Miriam lost her husband while she was pregnant with her last child. Since then, life has been a struggle. She finds it difficult to feed the children, often unable to provide more than one meal a day. This pains the son Emeka deeply, being the eldest. Despite their challenges, Miriam, the mother, continues to advise her children on the right way of living. Emeka always shows concern about his family's well being and seek ways to improve their situation, but to no avail. Unfortunately, Emeka is often mocked by his peers, particularly Emeka Smith, because of his family's poverty, making him feel inferior. On Christmas, people returned home to celebrate. Emeka was busy observing the children of wealthy men, admiring the classic clothes they wore. In contrast, he and his siblings wore tattered clothes. Overwhelmed with emotion, Emeka began to cry. He quickly wiped away his tears and pretended nothing was wrong. Later that midnight, as he lay in bed, Emeka couldn't shake off the memory of his family poverty. He wept uncontrollably, struggling to compose himself. Just then, his mother entered the room, concerned and curious about why her son was crying. Emeka shared his feelings with his mother, telling her how he felt inferior about himself and their family's situation. Miriam offered words of encouragement, reminding him that he is a great boy and should not feel less of himself. Instead, she advised him to focus on his prayers, academics, and hard work, as something great is deposited within him. She emphasized that if he possessed the attitudes of prayer, focused hard work, and humility, he would be able to succeed and liberate their family. Miriam often reminded her three children that they each have great potential, but it requires cultivating these essential qualities. After his mother's advice, Emeka regained his self confidence. One day, while walking to the river wearing his worn out clothes, his friends mocked and laughed at him. One of them, who was laughing the loudest, insulted Emeka, making him feel inferior. However, Emeka remembered his mother's words to focus and maintain his composure, as if nothing had happened. Emeka was a hardworking and humble boy who never looked down on others. Due to his exemplary character, a woman in their village selected him among his friends to live with her daughter in Lagos. The day Emeka packed his bag to leave his mother, they all wept. But his mother prayed for him and advised him to always pray and be humble. When Emeka finally arrived at the place, he was warmly welcomed into the family. The two children of Mrs. Lillian were thrilled to have Emeka, and he loved them dearly. Initially, Emeka found the workload in the house overwhelming and he wasn't happy about it. However, he remembered his mother's advice: focus on hard work, pray, and humility. He started doing all the tasks without complaining. The children grew fond of Emeka because of the way he took good care of them. This endeared him to Mrs. Lillian, who developed a deeper affection for him. When her husband returned from America, he saw the love that existed between his family and Emeka. He too grew to love Emeka. Emeka realized that he had no support from either his maternal or paternal sides, so he resolved to give his best to the family that had taken him in. They were kind to him, and the children couldn't stay at home without him. Emeka completed his secondary education and the family sponsored him to university. He graduated with excellent grades. A job opportunity arose abroad where his master worked, and Emeka was connected with it. He worked for 3 years and became a multimillionaire. When Emeka returned to the village to visit his mother, she didn't recognize him at first, but his siblings did. They hugged him and called out his name. His mother fell to the ground, overwhelmed with emotion, and shed tears. Emeka thanked his mother for guiding him with her wise advice. His mother congratulated him on putting her advice into practice. Emeka asked his mother about his three friends who had mocked him. She told him about their current struggles. Emeka decided to visit them. He visited the first friend at the markets and they greeted each other warmly. Emeka gave him a small token to help improve his business, and his friend was overjoyed. He thanked Emeka profusely. Next, Emeka visited the second person who had made him feel inferior in the village. When they met, the friend burst into tears. Emeka consoled and helped him financially, even setting up a business for him. Finally, Emeka visited the third friend, Pamwai Tapa, and assisted him as well. Emeka's kindness didn't stop with his friends. He also helped his family and community members. He built a mansion for his mother and a supermarket for the community. Emeka established a hospital and encouraged the youth to work hard, stay focused, and remain humble, reminding them that God raises the humble. Please tell us what you learned from this story. Thanks you for taking the time to listen to our story. Don't forget to show your support by liking, sharing, and